Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I am here with the next installment of my beauty budget. I'm going to discuss where I was with my monetary budget last month, as well as go through everything that I bought in the last month and kind of where I am starting August off with. So that's what I'm going to talk about today, but before I jump into any of that, if you're new here, please consider subscribing. I would love to have you in the family. But let's just start discussing where I was with my budget at the beginning of July. So when I started July, I had a budget of £197.66. So I had quite a high amount that I would be able to spend in the month of July. And spoiler alert, I spent most of that. So I'm just going to go through kind of in order of what I purchased when. And the first order I made this month was from the Pastel Roses, which is a UK indie brand that I've been dying to try. And since it is a UK based indie brand, I was very excited to try them out because most of the indie brands that are really popular are from the US or Canada, and then there's obviously things like Glam Shop and Odensai who are based in Europe, but with Brexit it is a bit more difficult again to get things from Europe. So I was really excited to try this brand out because if they do good shadows, it could be a bit of a game changer for me because I could actually get them within my own country and not pay enormous amount of shipping. So that's why I decided to try Pastel Roses. I was stalking them on their Instagram and I found quite a few shadows that I really wanted to try, but when I placed the order I told myself not to over purchase because that's one thing that I do, especially when I buy from indie brands outside of UK, because for me to justify paying for that high shipping cost, I want to like make a larger order so I don't have to order as often, if that makes sense. But since these are from the UK, I thought I might as well just try them out and then make another order if I really like the shadows. So that's what I did. So I narrowed the shadows down to 4 and I have them right here. They're probably going to look very different on camera than they do in real life because looking at them now, these two look very similar and these two look very similar, but hopefully if I shift in here you can see that they definitely like shift quite a lot. This one here shifts from like a green to a yellow. This one is a yellow with a pink shift. These two right here are quite similar, but they're also very different. This one here is like a pinky base and it has a yellow green and then also like a bluish purple shift. And then this one here, it has like a orangey base with a pink and then a bluish green kind of shift as well. So they are very shifty. These two right here are definitely more shifty than these down here, but this one is also quite shifty. It goes, like I said, from a green and then it has a gold shift and it also has a blue shift as well. So they are all kind of multi-chromes. I would say the most subtle out of the 4 that I got is this one right here, but I thought I would just swatch them out before I talk about how much these were and just tell you what I think about them. So just to show you the first one on my finger, because I think hopefully you can pick up the shift there. It is such a stunning shade. I am really impressed with these shades and I did not expect them to be as stunning as they are. And it's funny again because yeah, honestly these are super shifty, like probably some of the most shifty shades that I have. You can probably see that right there. And that first shade there is Spectrum. The second shade you have there is Nectarine, and this one is again quite shifty. I wouldn't say it's as shifty as Spectrum, but you can definitely see the shift there again. They are honestly such stunning shades, and I'm gonna try to insert a video with my phone after I swatch all 4 of them because I find that that's the easiest way to show the shift, but you can definitely see that there and they are absolutely stunning shades. So the next shade is Pixie, and this one isn't as shifty and it's also more of a satin shade, but hopefully you can definitely see that it has like a pink shift running through it. I think you can pick that up just looking at the viewfinder, but it is another stunning shade, but it's definitely more of a kind of, it's not as sparkly, it's more of a kind of regular shimmer shade rather than those really super intense ones as you can see up there. And then the final shade down here is Lime Twist, and that one you can see goes from like a greenish blue to a yellow, and yeah, hopefully you can pick up all of the shifts there. But I will insert the video with my camera right now because they are super shifty. My favorite, honestly, so hard to pick favorites, but my favorite must be Spectrum because it's such like a wide range of shifts. It goes from like it has like the yellow, orange, and then I even have the pink and the blue and the green and the purple. It's almost like a rainbow in itself, and it's an absolutely stunning shade. And honestly, I am very impressed with these. I definitely want to pick up more shades from the Pastel Roses, I think if you're in the UK, these are a really good option for some quite high quality indie eyeshadows, and like especially multi-chromes. So these all kind of retail for a different amount. Spectrum, which is the top shade, retails for £13. Then we have Lime Twist and Pixie, which are the bottom two ones. They retail for £7.50. And then lastly, Nectarine, which is this one here, retails for £5.80. So that's the cost of these, and honestly they're all super worth it. I really recommend these. And also, when I did follow them on Instagram, they did send me a 25% off discount code. So when I placed the order with these, they did give me a 25% off discount, so the total amount for all of these 4 eyeshadows ended up being £25.35, which is really good. Honestly, for being in the UK, that is quite a low cost for indie shadows to get here, especially super shifty ones like these. Like honestly, like I don't even know if you can pick it up properly on camera, but like I said, I did insert the clip before, but they are super stunning shades, and I'm super happy with these. And like I said, I will definitely pick up more of these shadows in the future. And when I did place the order with Pastel Roses, they actually included a free gift. So I got this pigment right here, which is in the shade Watermelon. I tried swatching it, but I don't have any glitter glue, so it doesn't show up too well. It does show up way better with a glitter glue, so you can see it there on my finger as well. I think that's going to be the best representation, but I was very happy to receive this, and like I said, that was a free gift which purchase. So the rest of the items I actually purchased this month, I have not yet received because I ordered them at the end of July, and yeah, they have not gotten to me yet. So I will talk about or swatch everything out in the next video, but before I talk about the numbers, I want to go through something that I actually got in PR this month, because I thought I would include that in this video as well. And it's actually the first time I'm getting makeup as PRs. I kind of feel like I want to include that in these videos if I ever do get anything as PR. But Catkin was really kindly sent me some of their items. So I got 2 of the eyeshadow palettes right here, as well as 3 lipsticks, which are these ones right here. So I will go through everything kind of in order, but let's start with the eyeshadow palettes right here. So the main eyeshadow palette, or the biggest eyeshadow palette that I have, is this one right here, and this one is called the Spring Moonlight 12 pan eyeshadow palette, and this one is a really stunning one. First of all, the packaging of these are incredible. Hopefully you can pick up the details right there, but they are so kind of textured, and all of the details are raised. And yeah, they're just absolutely stunning packaging. So that's how it looks on the outside, and then this is how it looks on the inside. I have been playing around with it a little bit, but as you know, I do have quite a lot of eyeshadows that I'm panning, so I haven't played around with it too much, but I created a few looks, and it really does work really well. One thing to note, that this palette comes with 1 pressed glitter, which is this one right here, but it does come with some really special shades. I love this shimmer up here. It's like a greenish kind of shifty shade. The mattes are really blendable. I really quite like them. They're very soft as well to the touch, but they're not super powdery, and yeah, the quality of this is really nice. So with this one, I have mainly used, I think I've used all of the mattes actually, and then I have used this shimmer right here, I have used this shimmer, and I believe I've also used this shimmer right here. So those are the shades that I've used so far. I would say the only downside to this palette is the pressed glitter, because although I don't mind pressed glitters, this one is quite a chunky one, and I actually haven't played around with it on my eyes yet, but I'm sure it'll be fun. And even if I don't use it as like an actual eyeshadow, I think it could be fun for like a festival look to use as a highlighter or something like that, or even actually as on your nails as a nail polish topper. So even if you aren't comfortable putting things like that on your eyes, there's other ways you can use it. So that is the first eyeshadow palette. Let me swatch out some of my favorite shades, and I will show you kind of an overview of the color story. So here you have 4 of the eyeshadows. I've swatched out 2 of the shimmers and 2 of the mattes, so you can see kind of what the formula is like. The shimmers are very soft. They're almost like Super Shock shadows, but very kind of thin in formula. They're very silky smooth when you swatch them out, and they're very thin, like I said. So you have the 2 shimmers here. This one here is actually a beautiful kind of light shimmer, and it has some sparkles to it, like multicolored sparkles, and it's actually really pretty. I'm not sure if you can pick that up on camera, but it's very unique in real life. And then here you have 2 of the warm toned kind of browns. This is more of a transition shade, and that is more of a deepening up shade. So that is what some of the swatches look like, and I really enjoyed this palette so far, and I think it's going to be absolutely beautiful for autumn. cream. So the next palette that I have is this one right here, and I actually have not used this on my eyes yet, but this is what it looks like on the outside. This one is one of the seasonal 9-pan palettes, and this one is called Summer Rain. So this is what it looks like. Again, it has some warmer tones, but this one also has some mix of kind of mauve tones and cool tones. And I have swatched these out, but like I said, I haven't played around with them on the eyes. But just watching them, they seem to be equally good as the other palettes, or like the formula seems to be the same. So again, let me just swatch out some of my favorite shades in this palette and show you what they look like. So here you have 4 of the swatches. You have 2 of the shimmers on top. This one is more of a kind of warm base with some purple sparkles to it, and actually it has like a slight duochrome to it in real life, and I'm not sure you can pick that up. It has like a warm base with like some blue shifting sparkles in one angle, and then in the other angle it has more of a pink sparkle that is really, really nice. This one here isn't as sparkly, but it's still a beautiful lid shade, and again has like a little bit of a duochrome-ness to it with like a warm orangey peachy base and then a gold sparkle. And then down here you have some of the more kind of mauve, plummy, purpley tones matte. This one is probably my favorite matte in the palette. It's more of a purpley tone, and then down here we have like that kind of cool toned light mauve purple shade, which I enjoy again. So that is some of the swatches from the Summer Rain palette, and yeah, I really enjoyed this one as well, although I need to play around with it on my eyes. Then next up we have the lipsticks, and again these are absolutely stunning. This is what some of them look like on the outside. I will spin around each one because they are just so unique and special. So again, they are kind of raised, and each of them have like different animations on them, and yeah, they're just really, really special lipsticks, and I just pay a lot of attention to the details, which I really, really enjoy. So that is the second one, and this one is such a beautiful one, and yeah, this one is more of a unique one. And then the last one is this green one, and this one actually has the same illustration on each side. So that is what this one looks like. So we do have 2 different formulas with these, and these 2 right here are the Rouge Matte lipsticks, and we have 2 shades. I have the shade CO150 and then CO137. So these are the 2 shades, and they're actually quite similar. We have this one right here, which is a slightly deeper kind of orangey shade. It's an absolutely stunning one. I'm gonna swatch these as well. So there you have the first shade. It's a beautiful one. Again, that is CO150. Then we have the second one, which is actually the one I'm wearing on my lips today. This one is CO137, and this one again is more of a kind of orangey brown, but this one has slightly more brown to it and is a bit more nude. And there you have that one. You can probably, I don't know if you can see the difference on camera, but this one, like I said, has a bit more brown to it, and it's yeah, a little bit more kind of neutral, but they are really similar shades. I did get to pick shades from this range, and in hindsight maybe I should have picked 2 more different shades, but also these tones are very unique in my collection. I don't have too many lipsticks in this kind of shade, and I really want to expand that range, and they have some beautiful ones that are similar to this, so that's why I decided to pick these 2 up. Then we have the last lipstick, which is this one right here, which is one of the Rouge Matte Carving lipstick, and this one is in the shade C01. So this one is such a beautiful lipstick. It's more of a kind of classic red. It has a bit of an orange undertone to it, but hopefully you can pick up on the bullet itself that it has some really, really beautiful details. It is like carved into the lipstick, and it's absolutely stunning. It is again a lot of details in these products, which I really enjoy. But let me swatch this red lipstick out as well. So there you have the red. You can definitely see it's more of an orangey red, and it's kind of like a, not like a neutral red, but it's more of a muted orangey red, and again it is especially what I wanted. It's like really, really beautiful, and again I don't have too many of these tones in my collection, so I was really excited to get this lipstick. But there they are all swatched out. All of them aren't exactly in this tone, but these were just the lipsticks that I decided to go for, and I am, like I said, wearing the middle one on my lips right now, and this formula is absolutely stunning. It's quite a, it feels a little bit matte, but it's not drying. It also feels quite thin for being a matte lipstick. They can drag a little bit when you first get them on, but they are still quite creamy. They're not, for example, like the MAC Retro Matte formula. They're more creamy than that, but you have to work with them a little bit sometimes to get an opaque application, but I don't mind that because that also means that you can shade them out if you rather want more of a wash of color rather than something fully intense like this. So that's everything that I got in PR this month, and I'm really grateful that Catkin reached out to me and sent me some products, and I will probably feature them in more things on my channel, especially my Pana's eyeshadows and things like that, because they definitely will be rolled in at some point. But yeah, thank you so much, and let's just move on to kind of where I am with all my numbers, because like I mentioned, I did make some more purchases but they are not here with me yet, so I will show the actual products in my next update most likely, but I'll just go through the numbers by now. So like I said, I spent £25.35 at the Pastel Roses, and that was a pretty low amount. As you know, I give myself a budget of £100 a month, and like I said, I started this month with £197.66. But I did also mention that I spent most of that. So where did the rest of the money go? I basically placed 2 orders with 2 US indie brands, because Kana reached out to me and asked me if there was any brands that I wanted to buy from in the US that maybe she could collect for me and then send in one order to me, rather than me having to worry about paying for the expensive shipping and duties and customs and stuff like that. So that's basically what I'm doing. So I made 2, or like I basically made 3 orders but with 2 brands. So basically I placed an order first with Sydney Grace for their Christmas in July sale, and I ended up spending £133.38 with Sydney Grace. So that's a lot of money, but it is a brand that I've been wanting to try for a long time, and I have a really long wish list with them. And with their Christmas in sale promotion, and I wanted to take advantage of that and kind of get as many products as I could from there, and also get as many freebies and deals as I could. So the first day I didn't spend anything. The second day of their promotion they had spent like a certain amount and then get a certain amount of free products. So that's what I wanted to do, or that's where I spent the bulk of my money. So I ended up spending £96.10 on single eyeshadows that day. Again, I will show you everything when they come. I might even do an unboxing when they get here. And I do believe if you spent over 110, you got £120 free of product. So can't remember the exact number I spent. It might have been $114, something like that. I can't remember the exact number, but in pounds it was £96.10. So yeah, I did that, and I'm obviously going to get some free eyeshadows with that order as well, but that's kind of why I wanted to do it now. So hopefully I'll get a really nice order come in from them and some really nice freebies as well. So that's the first order that I did. On the third day of the sale I also placed an order, and I decided to pick up the Tiny Marvels palette as well as 2 magnetic palettes. I'm not counting the magnetic palettes into my beauty budget because I count that as a storage more rather than like a makeup item. So same as like if I buy like an acrylic storage or anything like that, I don't count that into my budget. So I decided not to count the palettes into my budget because it's basically storing my single eyeshadows. So the Tiny Marvels palette ended up being £37.78, and if you did spend I think, how much was it? I think you spent $65 that day, I think, something like that. You got their Sweet Indulgence palette free with purchase, so I'm probably going to get that as well. I'm going to get that as well because I did spend more than the minimum required amount that day. So that's basically what I ordered from Sydney Grace. Again, it was £133.88 in total. So that's basically where the bulk of my budget went this month. But I did make another order as well with JD Glow, which is another brand that I really want to try. And I ended up buying some single shadows from them, and in total that added up to be £35.50. So with all of those, I ended up spending £194.73 this month, which means that I ended the month with £2.93 left in my bank. And I did not plan that. I just basically bought everything that I wanted, everything that was in stock. And I basically was on the border of going over my budget, but that's okay. I ended up the month, like I said, with £2.93, which means that I started August with a total of £102.93. So that's basically where I'm now. At the point of filming this, I have not bought anything in August yet. I think I'm going to try to build up my budget again for like in preparation of like Black Friday and things like that, but I might make a few purchases. But right now I'm pretty much set. I want to wait until I get my orders from the US in, and then play around with those eyeshadows a bit, and then also playing with a few palettes that I've gotten over the past month, because I do have quite a few new items in my collection and I don't really feel like I need to pick anything up at this point. So that is where I am with my budget at the moment, and that basically wraps up this video. I really hope you enjoyed it, and if you're doing some sort of low buy or no buy, or even like a beauty budget like I am, let me know how you're doing down below. Are you finding it difficult to keep up with it this year? Is there a lot of things tempting you at the moment? Please let me know how you're doing. But otherwise, I really hope you're having a wonderful day, and I will catch you in my next video. Bye guys!